What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone Lite. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode we set up our applied energistics system when we started some basic auto crafting and getting these kinds of things going. Haven't really done much with the auto crafting since last episode, but yeah, we did make these patterns so we can auto craft some of the applied energistics stuff right away and make our lives a little bit easier. So things that I want to start working on today. We need to start making gravel, start making sand, start making dust automatically. If we run out of redstone or something, I want to be able to put an export bus onto our mechanical user, say start exporting dust, and then we'll start making all the redstone. Or if we run out of Certus, I want to be able to say, hey, start exporting sand. Let's start sifting for Certus quartz, or etc., etc. So that's what I like to work on today. So I was over here. Well, let me grab a stack. I've been over looking at our current Ender IO machines. Let me look for cobble. So yeah, let's grab a stack of cobble. So if we put cobble through a Sag Mill over here, when it's fully upgraded, it goes pretty quickly. Let's do Sag Mill, not the furnace. So yeah, we can turn cobble into gravel quite quickly. And we're also making sand as a byproduct. Also, we're getting flint. So flint goes into our Sag Mill here to give us more export. Yeah, sometimes we get double the sand, double the gravel, or double the flint. So yeah, that is really cool. So that's really awesome. So when we're sifting that, we want to be able to store flint as well and have that go back into the Sag Mill so we get more of our product here. So we'll probably end up making at least one Sag Mill specifically for this purpose. And then we're going to want a Sag Mill, I believe, that's going to take our ores that we're collecting over here. So for instance, if we wanted to take iron and we wanted to smelt that down to ingots, we're going to want another Sag Mill specifically for that purpose as well. So yeah, if we put iron in here, it also goes through those quite quickly. It's a little bit slower, I do believe, to go through it. It gives us 2 at a time. Sometimes we get 4 because of the flint, and we can also increase that to a higher percentage chance of us doubling it if we had the dark steel in here, but that's going to be a little bit later on down the road, I do think. So getting a Sag Mill, well, at least 2 Sag Mills, one for our different ores with an octatic, and then one for turning cobblestone into gravel, gravel into sand, and sand into dust. So we might need a total of 4 different Sag Mills, all with octatic capacitors. That might be something we look at doing here. So I think that's the first thing that's on our list, to try and get that stuff automated. So let's take a look at it. Again, the Sag Mill, we looked at this recipe a while ago when we first made it, costs a piston, a machine chassis, some flint, and some iron. It's not that bad. The machine chassis, again, is just some iron, iron bars, and a basic capacitor, which is copper, gold, and redstone. All of these things we do have available. I'm going to go ahead and make up 4 Sag Mills. Is that what we wanted? One for the 3 different materials? And then 1 for our ores. Yeah, I'll make up 3 Sag Mills and probably an alloy smelter. Let's take a look at that one again. Alloy smelter. All of these go very, very quick with the octatic capacitor. So it just makes sense to use these machines for our auto ore processing and for our auto resource generation. Okay, let me go and make those and then we'll be right back, guys. All right, so we have 3 Sag Mills ready to go here. I made a controller sleeve. We're going to do this through the storage drawers as opposed to doing it through applied energistics. Yeah, the reason why I want to do that is I want to make sure that we fill up this compacting drawer and not overflow into the system. Or I guess this one or that one, right? If we import what these things are making into applied energistics, we're going to be getting flint, we're going to be getting like gravel and sand potentially, right? If this drawer fills up and it's got nowhere to go, it's just going to dump on our disks. That's not good. We want to make sure that they stay all in these drawers. So if these can't export anything, it means these drawers are full and there's nothing else that we need to do, right? Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to take a controller slave. We're going to extract out of here, and we're also going to push back into here. We're going to filter. Get out of here, you stupid Enderman. We're going to filter. So this first one is going to only insert cobblestone, right? So I guess we need, you know what, I'm just going to kill you. Get out of here. All right, so let's grab a piece of cobblestone here. So we want to only import cobblestone. It's whitelisted. Same thing is going to be on this one. So we'll do in out. This one it's going to be gravel only. So we need a filter on that one, gravel. And then finally, we want the last one to be sand. It'll be in out on the insert, filter, sand. Okay, very good. So those are the only resources these things are going to be getting. We want them to extract, always active, and that'll go right back into the drawer. And if it can't extract, it means the drawer is full for that particular material, and it should probably just go ahead and stop, right? I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it. We also have flint on one of our storage drawers up here, I do believe. So we don't have to worry about that, but we might want to put a void upgrade on the flint in case this thing fills up. I don't want flint being the reason that we can't continue processing resources, right? So let's go ahead and make ourselves another void upgrade here. Void upgrade. Nice, okay. So we'll put that on the flint because I know we're going to be getting that when we process the cobblestone. We also get flint when we process the gravel. So yeah, we'll be getting a lot of additional flint here. We're also going to want this thing. You know what we should, yeah. We should grab a flint. Let me up here. Since flint is also part of the storage drawer network here, if we grab one flint, we can put that on the whitelist and that'll keep their sag mills full of flint as well. So that'll be really good. So we can do this, one of those, and one of those. All right, so we can go ahead and set this thing to in out as well. Extract should be always active, and that should start filling these things up with flint and then the appropriate materials. Are we doing anything over here? Okay, we're getting sand over here. We're getting gravel. That's good. Might want to get a speed upgrade on that thing, I imagine. And this one over here is getting cobblestone. Okay, so that takes care of all of the different things that we want to sag mill, all the different materials. And that one's getting flint. Yep, that is really awesome. Okay. Awesome, yeah. I think this is going to work out really well. So yeah, we are getting the materials in. We'll push the materials back. And when the materials can't go back in there, these things will just stop running. And then when we use the materials, they'll kick back on. I think that is going to be a really good use of those things. So the other problem is we have materials, but we don't have power, right? How are we going to get power over here? Our power generation is over on this side. We have a couple options. We can use applied energistics, and we can use a P2p to transfer the RF power through our cabling all the way over to the other side, which we already have cables over there for. That is one option. That might be what we do at the start here. The other option is we can use something like a dimensional transceiver or a quantum entangle-loporter, both of which are like tesseracts from Ender.io or Mechanism, respectively. Either way, we can transfer power that way. I think we might do it through applied energistics just because we already have the cable ran and it's going to be like the easiest thing. Until we get the autocraft set up for all these other machines, this is probably going to be the best way for us right now. So let's do a P2p tunnel. There are different types of P2p tunnels. As you can see here, we got fluid item, light, ME, redstone. Oh, you know what? I don't see an RF one. Did they get rid of that? Oh, maybe this isn't an option anymore. There used to be a P2p tunnel RF, but if there isn't one listed here, maybe we can't do that. I'm very curious. Let's make one of these. So the way these tunnels work, if you wanted it to be a light P2p tunnel, you click it with a torch, right? So now it's a P2p tunnel light. If you want it to be an RF one, you'd click it with an energy conduit. But if there is none listed, can we do this? Oh, wow. Okay. So item, transport, you click it with some kind of an item thing. But you can't do RF. That makes me sad. Okay. Well, I was kind of expecting to use... Oh, I guess I need the quartz wrench. Man, goodness, these guys just won't go away. Get out of here. There's so many of them. Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out another way to get that item transport going, aren't we? Oh boy. I'm sorry, not item transport, but RF. Yeah, so there are two options, like I said before, were dimensional transceiver or the quantum entangle, however you spell it, this thing. So for mechanism, if we wanted to do this, we would need to get the really advanced mechanism stuff. We have to make the ultimate control circuits and the atomic alloys, which require refined obsidian, which is made from diamond and obsidian. Yeah, I mean, we can do it. And then let's take a look at the dimensional transceiver. This one requires electrical steel, fused quartz, octadic capacitors. We can make all this stuff really easily. Ender crystal requires a vibrant alloy and an evolved enderman in a soul vial. Sounds good to me. And then we also need an ender resonator, which is an enderman head, solarium, silicon, vibrant alloy. We have a slice and splice, and we do not have a soul binder. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to make a soul binder. Yeah, we got the slice and splice up here. What does a soul binder cost? What does this cost? This requires all the different mob heads, a machine chassis, and solarium. That sounds like something we can probably just sell a system to craft right now. We might not have the single basic capacitor for the machine frame, which we're gonna have to craft, but I think we should be able to craft everything else here. Easy. Yeah, very, very easy. Okay, so that's a quest complete. So back to the dimensional transceiver. We need solarium, silicon, vibrant. Vibrant, silicon, solarium. And we got lots of these things. And then what was the other thing? Enderman head. Yeah, okay. So we're probably gonna want at least two. We need one for ascending, one for receiving, right? I might just end up making 8 of these things since we have, well, at least 8 of the ender resonators. The soul binder, though, we need the vibrant crystal, which is vibrant alloy around an emerald. Yeah, we don't think we have the vibrant alloy nuggets anyway. Let's do that. We can make like 4 of these things. Okay, so we should be able to make at least 4 of these units. I think that's going to be really good. I don't know how much of the electrical steel we have. 7. Okay, yeah, we're definitely have to make more of that. But yeah, I think we should be able to do some stuff here. So let's go try our new soul, or yeah, soul binder. I guess we can place it down. Put that in there. Okay, so while that's doing that, we can do some of this. All right, there we go. It's doing its thing. Clicking another recipe while it's making the first one. Okay, we got 2 of them. The first one didn't show for some reason. Not entirely sure why. There's those. All right, and just one more. Ah, nice. Okay, so now we got 4 of those. We need 4 soul vials full of these evolved endermen. That's gonna make our life really easy. That's probably the best part of these things, is that we have those nearby. Okay, so we need fused quartz. I will make like 2 of these, just so we can do it a little bit faster. So grab you and you. Nice. Whoop. Okay, that was weird. Seemed like my jetpack wasn't working quite as I expected it to right there. So soul binder, we put you and you in there. Oh, it does require levels. It does require experience. So that shouldn't be a big deal. Like, we have the levels ready to go. Now, you saw that it required so many levels, but it didn't use all of those levels, I don't think, right? So it says 6 levels. If I click that button, maybe I have more levels? I don't remember how that works. But it should be that it only requires up to the amount of levels that it takes for you to get from 0 to 6, right? So it's a little bit smarter, or it should be a little bit smarter than using like your really expensive levels, because it costs more and more XP the higher in levels you have, right? So to go from 29 to 30 probably will give you about 10 levels of XP. Like if you went from 0 to 10, it'd be like the same amount. This thing should be smart enough that it won't cost the really expensive levels. So you see I have 32. If I click the button now, I have 31. It just used hardly any down here, right? So it's a little bit smarter. Okay, so now we needed 2 more of these guys. Gladly. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. I'm glad that we can use the evolved Enderman. That is so good. Otherwise, we'd have to go to the end. Or I guess we'd have to set up some kind of a mob farm or something where we can get at Endermen that spawn. And those things spawn pretty rarely most of the time. They're usually not the easiest mob in the world to find. Alright, so now that we get all this done, we should be able to make ourselves a dimensional transceiver. Right? Oh, we still need the octadics. Ooh, we might not have enough. Let's see. I can spell right. Capacitor. We do have one octadic in the system, so we need, I think it's 8 of these. No, it's 4 of these per octadic. Let's just make 8. Okay, this, one of those. Okay, 2 double layer per octadic. All right, so we got 3 of those in the system. We can dump all of this stuff in there now, I do believe. Let the system have access to everything here. And dimensional transceiver. Nice. All right, so we were able to make 2. We need more electrical steel, and then we need more fused quartz to make the rest. But this is going to get us where we need to be for right now. We can just stick one of these guys right on our battery. These do require a little bit of power to keep running. The maximum input output, wow, 2.1 billion RF. That's a little bit of RF there. All right, so we want to change this on the power setting. We want to do like main. We'll add a channel called main, and this will be, no, not receive. This will be on the send channel. So we're sending power on main, right? Yeah, that's on the power. We have one for items. You have one for, I guess, a filter, one for fluids. Okay, so now we should be able to put this other dimensional transceiver over on this side, and then everything should start working. And that's just gonna be a matter of time. Let's see if we can get this thing going. I'll just stick it here for now. We can put it practically anywhere. We also need, I guess, our energy conduits, or enhanced energy conduit. And let's grab some of those guys to power our 3 sag mills. I do believe we're making enough power here as well that it shouldn't affect things too bad. All right, so I want this thing on the items to be disabled. We want to insert on the power and insert. This will be, wrong one. This will be extract on power. All right. So now we need to set this thing. Why did we get items over here? Oh, is it just extracting out of that? Oh, that's probably what it was. This is extracting out and it was going into here. And so we just got those random items. Like, how did that even happen? That didn't make sense. Okay, so we want to click on main on the power tab and say receive, and then everything should just kick on. Yes. So now we're making all sorts of things. This is not doing what I want. So let's turn this one off. We'll set that to extract for the moment. So I was expecting that to turn sand into dust. That is not what that's doing. That's turning sand into silicon, which is not the same thing. I don't know where those items are even going. Do we have a drawer for silicon over here? We must, because it's going somewhere, right? Let's go take a look up here real quick. No, I'm not sure where our silicon was going. That is really weird. Because it was going into there, unless somehow that reads our storage bus and was putting that in our ME system. Yeah, I'm not sure where that silicon was going. Okay, that's really, really odd. So let's take a look real quick. If we want to make dust, the only way we can make dust is by hammering sand. Is that really it? Okay, well maybe this sag mill right here will end up being our ore sag mill. I was thinking there was a way we could make dust easier. There's got to be some other way of doing it. I'll have to take a look. Maybe we can make an unbreakable tinker's hammer and use a mechanical miner or something and do it that way. Yeah, I was really expecting we should be able to do it with the machine. I guess not. Okay, well, we're gonna let these machines run for a little bit. I'm gonna make sure our power situation is working fine. I did add in 5 more dynamos over here, so we have a total of 15 of these things all upgraded to the reinforced level. So we should have a decent amount of power being generated. And if we look over here, it looks like we are keeping up. The same amount of input is going in as what's going out. So I'm very confident that we're gonna be keeping up. The only other thing we gotta keep an eye on is if we're making enough of our fuel to keep up with how much power the dynamos are now using. I'll have to keep my eye on that. All right, anyway, let me let this run for a little bit and then we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so I'm thinking about the dust situation, and I think we can fix it with some mechanical users here. So we're going to take advantage of this advanced item collector that we already have sitting here. This has a radius of 5 by 5 by 5, and it is sitting... Actually, will it work there? We might have to increase that radius. Let's bring that up to like a 7. So radius is how... You know what? Actually, no. I was thinking that was diameter. Yeah, that'll be 5 blocks away in every direction, right? Centered on itself. So this is only like 4 blocks away, so this should work just fine. So we can do something like placing the mechanical user here and a mechanical user here. We can give this one a diamond hammer, say that we want to use item on block and left click. We want it to be upper left-hand slot only, and then we can fill this in with some other material. I'm thinking we could put an export bus with a crafting card specifically to craft diamond hammers. So when this thing runs out, it breaks, the system will craft a new one and replace it, right? So I think we can do that. So that should take care of the breaking part. So if we place some kind of a block in front of it, compressed sand, for instance, it will break that and that turns into 9 dust. I think that's going to work pretty well. This one over here, we can say place block left, or no, we want right click and we'll say upper left-hand slot only. And again, we'll fill this up full of garbage. And then we can just give it this stuff, right? So if we back away, our item collector should just go ahead and collect that as it's placing and breaking the blocks. Since this drawer over here is on the ME network, all those dust should be appearing over here. And yeah, I think everything should be working correctly. Now, the way I think we're going to do this, we can have a level emitter or something on the system that says once this drawer drops below a stack or whatever, we can put 16 of those over here. It'll break them, put them over there. Well, I guess we'd want 7 if we're going to be replacing a stack. We would put 7 of the compressed sand into here to place. This will break it, and then that'll fill that drawer back up. We're probably going to want to leave a little bit of a buffer. We'll probably want to do it so it'll like output a full stack of the compressed sand on here. In fact, we can even use an interface on this thing to say, you know, 1 block equals 9, 1 block of compressed sand equals 9 dust, right? And we can craft it that way. That might be something we do. I don't know. We'll have to see how this is going to end up working. But yeah, we can do something like this to do the whole dust situation. So I think that is probably what we're going to want to do. So one of the first things we're going to have to do to get this to work is we're going to have to make a pattern here and to make more diamond hammers. So let's go ahead and make a pattern for that. So that's 2 diamonds and 2 sticks. We have plenty of sticks in the system. All right, so there's a recipe for a diamond hammer. We're going to want to make an export. We don't have an export bus. Export bus. Bug, not bug, bus. Okay, so we need a piston, a formation core, and some iron. Do we have piston on autocraft? No, I never made a piston autocraft. We have the other materials there, so that should be fine. Export, there it is. And then we need some ME glass cable. Awesome. Okay. Well, actually, I was going to export that into here. No, that's still what we want to do. We want to export this thing. So export bus. We can just run right off this somehow. Maybe not there. Yeah, something like that. We're going to have to put a diamond hammer in here. We're going to have to set that filter. And then we also need to make a crafting card because the system's going to have to craft that. So let's make another crafting card. So this requires a basic card. We don't have an auto craft for that. All right, we need pure Certus. We need the calculation. All right. Go and make a few of those. While we're doing some stuff over here, we need silicon, and we don't have any process stuff, and then we also need some redstone. Okay, so however many we just made over there, that is enough. We'll do the silicon, just do one so we can get this going right away. And then we'll do redstone, that, and that, which should make one processor. Cool. All right, now that we got those together, we should be able to do one basic card, turn that into a crafting card. And we are going to have to make one more hammer. I never put the diamond hammer recipe in here, so let's do that now. All right, we'll tell the system to craft one of those. Cool. So now we should be able to set the pattern on that export bus over here. So we'll set that to export diamond hammers. We want to tell the system that, hey, you're going to have to craft that. Then we can also tell it to use stocked items first, or we can just tell it to always craft. We'll tell it to use stocked items. So I'll use that one hammer that I just made when that one breaks. And then after this one's gone, it'll craft new ones in the future. I think that's going to work out just fine. All right, all that stuff out of my inventory. Cool. All right, so we got the first part of this done. Now we're also going to need an interface here. You know what? Let's do that now. We're going to want an interface there with a pattern in it that says compressed sand. Get all that. One compressed sand is going to equal 9 dust. Like so. Okay, so there is that pattern. Let's make an interface. All right, that finished really quick. I thought that was going to take a little bit longer. I think we're also going to need some more glass cable. No, we'll probably be able to get by with this one that I have on me, like so. Okay, so now that we have that done, we can put this pattern in here and then tell the system, hey, make 9 dust. That'll place one block in here, which should automatically get hammered because this thing is always trying to hammer onto a block. And then the resulting dust should get picked up by that thing and go into the system and then complete the craft. Think that's going to work? Let's give it a try. Make sure. So if we look, dust, we have 297. So if I tell it to craft 1, and it'll make 9 at a time because that's all it knows how to do. 297 goes to 306. So if I tell it to make 100, it's going to take 12 compressed sand to do it. And we can come over here and see things happening. I think that's going to work out just fine. It might not be the best way of doing it, but it definitely is an automated way of doing it. And now whenever the system needs more dust, it can always craft that. Since we're always keeping stock on sand, right? We're always going to have that available, and we're always going to be able to make more sand. I guess we're always going to be able to make more gravel into sand. Yeah, I think that's going to work out just fine. So now we should figure out a way when the system drops below a certain amount to kick on a redstone signal or to tell it to craft or whatever. We'll have to figure that out at a later time, I do think. But for right now, I'm very happy with the way that works. We should be able to make another export bus as well and start exporting different materials into our user up here that'll do the sifting for us. I think that's probably one of those things that we're going to want to do right away. So can we make another export bus? I don't remember everything that went into that. Oh yeah, just a piston, and then we're golden here. All right, so we're gonna want acceleration. Maybe not 4. If we don't put the acceleration, it exports 1 at a time, and since this sifts 25 blocks at a time, we definitely want something. Maybe we'd be fine with just like 2 or something. So now we have that in there. We should just be able to take 1 piece of gravel and set this as our filter. And then that should start exporting all sorts of gravel into the system. Now it does take a moment for it to warm up. That's the way Applied Energistics 2 works. It'll start progressively going faster and faster until it keeps this thing stocked. But it does that to help prevent lag, so it's not like looking at this thing every game tick is like, can I put an item? Can I put an item? Yeah, anyway, so you'll see that this will slowly build up and then it'll eventually just go pretty fast. I think it takes like 30 seconds of it continually running or being able to export items, and then it'll continually go faster and faster. But yeah, you can see we're definitely keeping up over here now. So our system is officially generating cobblestone, turning that into gravel, and the gravel is being sifted automatically now, which is amazing. We'll be getting diamonds and emeralds and all sorts of things automatically. All of these resources are going into the drawers. The drawers do have the void upgrades on them, right? So nothing will overflow. I think this is going to be a really good system that I should just be able to leave alone, not mess with, come back, and we'll have all of our drawers full of all of the important resources. Yeah, I think that's going to be really good. Other things that I do want to take care of is getting those resources going into its own sag mill, and then that sag mill processing it through this alloy smelter here. Yeah, those are things we'll have to look at. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get to those today, but we have ran out of time. We got a lot of good stuff going, though. I'm very happy with where we are right now, getting automated resources going all the time just from cobblestone. That's amazing. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.